Okay, everything's going crazy. No, I don't want that. Okay, let's just get out of that, go back to this, because I know, if I do, there's something I can do to fix this. I can fix it all. If I just make the city cat face. Oh. Okay, alright, there we go. Today I was gonna draw and talk about something, cause, yeah, I'm bored. I just got my chores done, so I've got a bit of time. Wrong character. So I am like quite the avid fan of Star Trek, and I really do love Voyager a lot. But there is a very, 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 very large problem that I don't see a lot of people like talk about, which is Chakotay sucks. Like, not his character, but his writing. Just the way they made him. It's bad. And he's enjoyable, but there are just parts of him that are so unbearable. And I don't think it's, like, unbearable that, like, it's his personality, but it's unbearable that, because it's racist. So, I don't understand why you, dear viewer, or anyone would be watching this, because if you don't like Star Trek, because this is specifically about Star Trek. But, Chakotay's Native American, and I think, wow, that's amazing. I think we need more Native American characters, because, like, when you think about it, you don't see a lot of Native American characters, and I think, Chakotay could have been, like, a great... What are you guys doing? Hey, to fix my window. No. You have to get out of here. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, don't jump out the window while I'm fixing this. My cat has a death wish, basically. So, what was I on about? Oh, I think there should be more Native American characters, and I think Chakotay could have been a great character. And he had the potential, and he had, like, the whole... He had potential, is what I'm trying to say here. But, of course, he was written by someone who claimed they were, Native American, just so they would be able to write him. So, that's probably a red flag. A red flag. So, it's really hard to talk about without seeming, like, kind of almost rude. But one of the most, like, obviously racist things that I find a lot is, like, if you've ever watched older, like, movies about Native Americans, you will see a theme with the music, right? Yes, Star Trek follows that sort of theme, and I think it is just so unbearable. And it's like that whole stereotypical, like, flute music that's so pretty and so exotic or something. I think this is the only time where, like, the obvious, like, just not, like, the in-education, is that a word? Is in-education a word? Where, like, you can tell this person did not research the topic. They have no idea what they're doing. They just want to do it. And I think that's the main reason why Chakotay sucks. But, like, every single time he'll be, like, in his quarters alone, or he's doing, like, a vision quest, it's all, like, flute music, and, like, yeah, so that's something. At least they chose, like, a somewhat understandable actor, even if Robert Beltran is not, native, like, he's not Nicaraguan. I believe he's Mexican. I don't know, I read his Wikipedia page once, like, 5 months ago. And I know Wikipedia is not a source, but it could be a pretty good source if I could use it as one. But, like, yeah, the music's bad. It's bad. And then another problem is that he almost tends to make the fact, because, like, I think a lot of people wouldn't know that he's Native American if it weren't for the fact that he, like, tends to insert his religion into things a lot. And his religion should have nothing to do with his race, I feel. Like, yes, obviously, he follows a religion that is typically followed by Native Americans. But, now, I can't confirm this because I don't know anyone who's Native American, but if I am not mistaken, I don't think they really talk about their religion outside of, like, spaces where that would be, expected. Like, if you're in a subreddit about religion, yeah, someone's gonna talk about religion. Or, like, under a, like, Twitter post or something about religion. But, like, to my knowledge, they don't really care. Also, there's a creator who is Native American, and I think he's really funny. I don't remember his user. He's on TikTok, and I think that just, he makes funny videos that also, like, actually kind of educated me about, like, what it was like to have, like, because you know that whole stereotypical Native American, like, deep voice that's like, oh, you're so wise. He's gone over that a few times, and that's really good. But we're getting off topic. He just tends to make religion a very big thing about him, and no one does that. No one in the real world does that. I would get it if they had, like, a little, like, oh, a little episode that was actually about religion. Then maybe that would make sense. I mean, there are times where there are multiple, actually, episodes that are about religion in Star Trek, so, sorry, specifically in Voyager, but, it makes sense when he's talking about them in those contexts, but it does not make sense when, like, you're on the bridge and he's just like, about, like, I don't know, spirit guides or something. I made his eyebrow too far up. I think everything is too far up, actually. And I think another problem is the fact they just don't really, like, go further into it. It's just like, he's Native American, and that's it. And, I think that's where a lot of frustration comes from with his character, is that he doesn't really have as much depth as he could have. And yes, while he does have depth, obviously, I would not enjoy his character or probably Voyager at all if he didn't. Oh, I'm not sure if I did this tattoo right, but I never do it right. Come on. There we go. Ooh, what was that on about? There isn't really much thought put into, like, how they handled his character. And I think that's probably because the person who decided to write him in the first place pretended to be Native American for some good old social clout. Clout is social. Why did I call it social clout? Of course it's fucking social. I was gonna say something like, views on TikTok, but then I realized this was, in the 90s. But yeah, I think when it comes to his character, there's nothing more to it other than he's just a guy, I guess. He's not... There were other things that I felt were really racist about it. I can't remember, though. And also, I think if I could remember them, I probably wouldn't say them anyway, because I'm not Native American myself, at least not very much. I think it's like 2% of my DNA. But, so like, I'm not qualified to talk on like how the religion is represented, but, if any people watching this are Native American, please do tell me how you, and if you like Star Trek, which you probably should, it's pretty good. I think it would be helpful to have that second opinion on, like, his, the portrayal of his religion and stuff. Because, that's not something I'm particularly well versed in, like, unfortunately. I also don't do my research. So, like, it's not, I wouldn't be qualified to speak on it regardless, because I'm not Native American, like I said. I'm not qualified to speak on it. But, yeah. Also, I should probably start scripting these, but I don't have, like, a second screen to do that on, so... Once I get my new phone, maybe. But then I'll just be recording things from there, so I won't worry about it anyway. Like, there aren't many things I hate about Star Trek, but there is one thing I hate, and it's the way they handled Chakotay. And he's the only character who's like this. Like, when you see the Asian characters, they don't talk about, like, much Asian culture, really. And that honestly makes me a little sad, just because, like, I'd love to see, like, different cultures represented in Star Trek. But they just never do it. They never do it. They only do it with Chakotay, and I think it's because of the fact he's Native American. But I don't hate everything about him, because, like, he's one of my favorite characters. And if we can ignore the cons of his character, you can kind of, like, zoom out and say, wow, this would have been a well-written character. And, like, well, he is well-written, sort of, but not in, like, not in the sense of, like, his identity as a Native American. I think that's sad. Because, as I said at the beginning of this, and probably multiple times, I don't know, I need to start scripting these. We need more Native American representation, I think. I don't see it much. I'm sure most people don't see it much. But I think the first step is to not hire a guy who, isn't Native American to write your Native American characters. which you could say that for most races, but, like, also when it comes to, like, Native Americans, they have never been well represented in media, and at least to my knowledge, and, like, that sucks, because that's such a, like, diverse and, like, fun culture to, like, read about and stuff. Like, we recently read something in my English class about, this Native American man who, his family had not had sons since his son, who had died in, like, a war or whatever. It was, like, a short story. It's called The Medicine Bag. I don't remember who it's by. I didn't like it that much just because I was cranky. But it felt, like, really well, like, handled. And, like, I'm not gonna complain about the parts of Star Trek where he's talking about his religion if it makes sense within the scene. Like, if people were talking about, like, not, like, in the one episode where Neelix dies and is revived and he finds out that his afterlife isn't real, he has, like, a whole existential crisis, and Chakotay's like, hey, bro, religion. Kind of just, like, explains it on a dumbed-down level, I guess. I don't remember exactly what happened in that episode, but I know that it was a good episode. And that makes sense. It's a place where that would be helpful input. But, like, if it has nothing to do with it, then it's just not, it shouldn't be there. And also, like I said, the music that they sometimes play in those scenes, it can be a pet peeve of mine, but, I don't think I'm really qualified to, like, be snotty about it. I'm still gonna be snotty about it, but I have to clarify, I don't know if people actually take offense to that. Yeah. I think he could have been better. Moral of the story? Your characters suck. I think it would be fun to do more, like, character, like, videos about characters and stuff. And there's also been a topic I've wanted to touch over that is related to Star Trek, actually. And specifically Star Trek Voyager. That I wanted to touch over for, like, a few weeks now, but I haven't really had, like, the time to, so I might do that. Because I think it's something that, is almost, like, to me, it is very much like a serious sort of thing, though. So, like, it's not like, kind of thing. It's not a funny, haha thing. It's this is a serious video kind of thing. Anyway. I also love to talk about, like, topics like this and stuff. I like to... I also like having, like, I'd love to have a little friendly debate in the comments about it, but, I only have 25 subscribers. So, good luck, I guess, future me. And usually since I've got so few subscribers, when there are comments, I'm able to reply and stuff, and that's something I like about being a small creator. I think if I was much larger, I wouldn't have that energy to, like, reply to every comment that said thank you. Or, not thank you, but reply to every comment with thank you. I wouldn't have the energy to reply with, like, I wouldn't have the energy to reply to, things like, your art is so scrumdiddly umptious. I forgot the word. Or like, wow, your voice is so soothing. Or, like, you're so amazing. I can feel your aura from when I was born. And they're like, I don't know, 8 bazillion years old. I know I just have that much aura. I'm probably not gonna finish this. I don't feel like it. But, yeah, if anyone does see this, let's have a little friendly debate in the comments. Have some fun. Talk to people. I think this is a topic worth discussing, and I think it's something that people don't go over a lot. I don't watch a lot of video essays, just because, like, watching things about things that I'm interested in, specifically, turn my Xbox on accident, watching things about things that I'm interested in, it always just embarrasses me. And I have no idea why. Does anyone else get that? I have, like, a couple of video essays about Star Trek Voyager saved, though, so I might end up watching those. But I'm always careful, because I'm not finished yet. I'm on season 6, so I still have 40-some episodes to go. I have to be patient. I can't watch them just yet, because I'm not sure if they'll contain spoilers. Actually, this would be a good time to ask, like, hey, do you guys have any spoiler-free, like, videos I can watch? I'd love that. Also, I watch a lot of the, like, blank and fine videos, so. And those are so embarrassing to watch, because, like, no one really watches them anymore, so you're just kind of, like, hoping that no one finds out that you do that. I don't know, somewhere along the way it just became, like, a very very rare thing to do. Which is sad, because they're funny. They're really funny. No! I messed up. His chin is red. Oopsie! He looks a bit pale. I'm sorry, sir. Because, I mean, they haven't had sun in 7 years, so that actually makes sense. What is happening? The world is exploding. My friend told me a story about how she was really tired, and she thought something would be funny, so she raised her hand in my science class and just went, America is exploding. I love my friends. They're so funny. Even if they hate when I talk about Star Trek, it's so sad. I don't have anyone to talk about Star Trek with, because they don't listen. I, like, have to check in with my buddy Macaroni. That is actually, like, his name. Like, not his legal name. But I gotta check in with my buddy Macaroni every 5 seconds, like, are you listening to what I'm saying? Alright, I'm gonna leave the drawing here for now. Moral of the story, is,